All right, guys, Jared here at Big Pine Sports. I just got back from shooting the mountain. We're at 5,000 feet, went up over 10,000 feet on this bad boy. And my first reaction is I would not be able to experience anything else like this without my favorite buddy here, JJ from Yamaha. He's our district manager. This is his personal bike, and he knows that we've been begging to ride this thing. All of the bikes that we've got in have been customers, and we've not been able to really get out and experience them. But I truly would not have understood what this bike is about until today. So we left the parking lot here on asphalt, up and down twisty, windy mountain terrain, and it was awesome to be able to lean into the curves, to be able to lug the power down. The torque on this thing on the road is unbelievable. I felt myself wanting to downshift just because I would on anything else, my street bike, my bullet bike. But on this thing, I just left it in the higher gear, and as I come around the corner, I could just throttle back into it and it'd pull itself right back out. So I get up on top, I'm like, okay, I gotta see what this thing's all about on the dirt. I grew up 5 years old racing dirt bikes, and I've never actually understood or really got to understand why somebody would want to do something like this, and again, until today. But I'm gonna have one of these. I'm gonna get one of these for me, because here's what happened. I had such an enjoyable time going up the canyon. My rate of speed was very smooth. The bike itself on the asphalt is really smooth. Pulled over in the parking lot, put it in off-road mode, and then the fun really began. So Skyline Drive, if you've experienced that down here, it's very washboardy. It's a very wide road, multi-passing with camp trailers, trucks, RVs, and that kind of thing. But over time, the road is very washboardy. And as I hopped on the dirt and hit the washboards immediately, I was almost like, I feel like the suspension is just absorbing all of the washboard, and I'm looking down, watching the tire, and it's just chattering, but I'm very comfortable on the bike. On the gravel, I have never experienced this type of bike in that type of speed. You're going to be able to travel on those gravelly, washboardy roads faster on this bike than anything else you've probably ever experienced. Got to some technical terrain. Now, what really surprised me about the bike, my initial reaction when I picked up the kickstand, I was like, this is a little heavier than I expected an off-road, on-road adventure bike to be. But I'll tell you what, when I got out on the trail, I was blown away. It felt like it was part of my body. I was able to move in and out of the roots, the rocks. There was some big rocks sticking out, and you'll see in our GoPro footage, I went through a little stream and kind of came up through some very technical terrain, and I was blown away at how comfortable I immediately felt on the bike. Now, I've only ridden the thing maybe 40 miles. JJ's probably mad at me because I put 40 miles on it, but I'll tell you what, it sold me on the bike. In the end of the whole trip, the things that blown me away the most was the torque, the handling, how light it felt with me. I'm 6'1", my body felt really good on the side panels, and the bike was able to push me around any way I wanted. As I leaned, it responded very quickly, and the suspension topped it all off. I mean, from the higher speeds through the chatter to the slow speed through the rocks, the roots, and things like that, I was very impressed. I am excited to get one of these in my garage, and I probably wouldn't have done it, without this experience. So if you get a chance, if you've got a buddy, if you've got a dealership close by, I would highly recommend going out and experiencing it for yourself, because this is, in my opinion, I've not had a lot of experience, but this is a great adventure bike. And I'll tell you what, I usually hop on a bike thinking all day I'm street, or I hop on my YZ and all day I'm dirt. Now I can do both. So I can leave here, I can head to Moab, I can hit the slick rock, I can do the single track, and we're gonna have a lot more updated video, because mark my word, you're gonna see one of these in my garage. I appreciate you guys chiming in. We'd love to hear your feedback if you happen to have one. Post up in the comments below, let us know where you're from, and if you've done any modifications to it and where you've rode yourself. 435-427-3338. Check us out on the web at bigpinesports.com. Big thanks to JJ and Yamaha. More to come. Have a great day, everybody.